Hello, listeners. This is Jessi.
And this is Greg.
And you're listening to Spoilers Are Good Actually, the podcast where we revisit some of our old favorite shows and talk about how knowing the ending affects our experience the second time through.
The way this podcast works is we have a spoiler section and a non-spoiler section. The non-spoiler section comes first, and we assume that you've watched all of Avatar: The Last Airbender up to the current episode. That is episode...
Book 2, Chapter 5, Avatar Day.
God damn it. I should have said that part first, huh?
Usually you do, but, it's not mandatory.
That episode 5 of Chapter 2. After that, we have a quick little break where Jessi puts on some nice music, and then we go into the spoiler section, where we talk about everything that we know about Avatar. That includes all of Legend of Korra, all of the current series, some bits and pieces about the comics, a little bit about the novelization of Kyoshi, anything that is out there for Avatar stuff, we can discuss in the spoiler section. The podcast you're listening to is Spoilers Are Good Actually. We think the spoiler part is good actually. Please join us there.
And one quick content note. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a kid's show, but this is not a kid's podcast. While we won't be going into any more mature or darker themes than the show itself does, we will be using adult language, so listener, be warned.
Yep. We just got back from a vacation, and it was Sunday. We had just had our first full day home and relaxing, and we were we still have to podcast, don't we? Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's all right. I'm excited about this episode. It is the episode where they introduced it's the Blind Bandit. Hype, hype, hype. We turn on Netflix. It is Avatar Day, which is not the Blind Bandit.
Are you trying to invent things for me to have to bleep out at this point? Or do you just not care about me?
I care very much about you. I just also think this is funny.
It's a pain, but it's fine. I've saved a file that is just the bleep tone for
Excellent.
Easy access, so I don't have to recreate it every time.
Yeah, so I was less than excited about this episode, to be honest. It's just one of those not as good episodes. It's not bad. It's pretty funny. But season two is a good season. And it's not necessarily because of this episode.
Yeah, we described, what was the other one? I think Cave of Two Lovers.
Cave of Two Lovers?
Whatever. Like we said before, this, it's not quite a filler episode, but it's more of a transitional episode. Not much happens that affects the overarching plot. We just get some, fun moments, some, sometimes some good character work, but overall not the most interesting and exciting of episodes.
Yeah.
And as they often do, the episodes that are supposed to be super funny are kind of infuriating.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go move on to the 10-word summary.
Oh my god. All right. I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote... Trying to cheat. You haven't written yours yet, and so you're trying to see what mine is. That won't stop me. I can't read.
I showed her my notes complete with 10-word summary already written.
Nope. Don't know what you're talking about. All right. For real this time. Kyoshi confesses to doing a murder. Zuko plays Robin Hood.
You actually addressed the second part of this episode. I just said Kyoshi condemns Aang to death via stupid criminal laws.
Yeah, and only one of those two plots fucking matters. Surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, not the one that you mentioned.
Yeah, no, the one that I mentioned is more or less filler. We could have gone without any of Aang and Ko's little adventure thing and still been fine with the entire season. But the bit with Zuko and Iroh is actually important and needs to be presented to the viewer.
Yeah.
That's the part that I didn't write my 10-word summary on.
Nope. I mean, You didn't need the 10 full words for it either.
No.
I got it in 4.
I mean, you usually do that. You usually separate your 10-word summary into a 5 and a 5, or like a 6 and a 4.
That's
like
true. That. I like to hit them both, and you like to put one punchy sentence.
Mm-hmm. No semicolons here.
Oh, that's cute that you think I use a semicolon.
Oh, God.
That's just an M dash.
Yeah. So, how are we starting this? We're starting this the same way the episode starts.
No!
Sokkas Sokkas Georg.
Curse!
First thing we fucking see
Curse!
is a goddamn spider.
Sokkas Georg!
Sokkas Georg.
That's so stupid. That's not the part that you should replace with his name. It should be Spider Sokka. But that doesn't sound as fun as Sokkas Georg.
It really is. Yeah. Anyway.
God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was funny. Fucking goddamn spider in Sokka's
Oh,
mouth.
absolutely horrifying.
Momo
I hate spiders. I can't deal with any kind of bugs.
Reaches in his mouth. Momo reaches his hand into Sokka's mouth.
But no, he is the outlier who lives in a cave and eats 10,000 spiders and should not have been counted.
Do we even remember, like, the town, like, do we know the name of the town or anything?
They say it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's Chin the Conqueror's town. The gang shows up in Chin the Conqueror's town. They got this really sweet-ass festival going on with delicious fried foods. They've made sure to emphasize the fried foods for the punchline at the end, which was not that funny, honestly, but whatever.
Yep.
And they...
Just gross to think about.
Still lots of fun. Just giant fucking floats of the previous avatars, and then a guy with a torch. Oh wait, that was yeah, that's fine. Guy with the torch pops through and burns them. And Sokka's like, it smells manly, because he had lost his boomerang in an attack by Iroh's friends earlier.
I do like getting background on Kyoshi.
Yeah,
every time. She's so good. This episode is the origin of the size 18 chanclas.
This is,
biggest feat of any avatar.
That's really the big...
And you know what they say about ladies with big feet. I don't know where this is going.
I don't either. Yeah, anyway.
Like, that was... I didn't think that joke completely through. I was like, haha. We usually say that about men, and Kyoshi is lady. That's it. That's all I got.
So Kyoshi's a lot of fun. We love the characterization of her as like this very stoic badass.
God,
avatar.
she's so cool.
We haven't read the novelization. I did skim her wiki, and she first of all, we already knew that.
Hey, Greg. This is not the spoiler section. We should chill and talk about that in the spoiler section.
Sure, I'll wait.
Because
we don't know anything about the... Yeah, alright.
And the novels are spoilery.
Oh, right.
Just in general.
Right, you're right. Anyway. No, the introduction of Kyoshi information is great. This episode, she's like, yeah, no. Aang's like, hey, Avatar spirits, I'm in a lot of danger. Like, I might die. We'll talk about, like...
No Avatar would ever kill anyone. And Kyoshi comes out here to say, like, yes, I did.
No, that was me. Yeah, I did that.
100%. I don't know, like, Aang, come on now.
Sokka and Katara spent all that time pointing out the very obvious holes in this man's stupid story about how Kyoshi murdered Chin the Conqueror. They're like, none of that adds up. She definitely didn't do it. And then Kyoshi's like, yeah, I definitely did, though. That did happen, yes. And, I mean, like, watching it happen, the man just needed to step back 2 steps. So, like...
It's true. He probably could have run away.
Could have survived. She didn't actively attempt to murder him, and he was more like an auxiliary death. Like, depending on how she separated the mainland, any number of small houses and sheep and children could have also died.
Bare minimum. Fucking first-degree manslaughter. Reckless endangerment.
She knew that he was going to stand there right at the edge.
Perhaps third-degree murder.
And she also knew that it was very dangerous for him to stand at the edge. Of course, third-degree murder only in American law. In Chin's village law, it's only whatever level of murder I say it is.
Oh my god. Why?
Because I'm the attorney. That's why we call it justice. Because it's just us.
I'm mad that I can't say I've had more law school than you anymore. We've officially hit the point where you've done more of it. And then soon you're going to graduate, and then you're going to take the bar.
And I'm going to be more obnoxious.
What have I done?
But anyway, yeah, I mean, like, the Kyoshi stuff was great. It was a lot of fun.
I really love Aang making this huge deal about how he would never kill anyone, and then like 20 minutes later throw someone off the exact same cliff to their death.
Yes, that was a thing that I noticed. So, like, we had the entire thing. We have Aang just agreeing to this really ridiculous fucking, like, criminal system that this backwater town has. And then he gets condemned to boiling in oil and boiled oil. Whoever that voice actor is for that one guy that spun the wheel, I want to know who that is. That was
extremely deep voice.
It was an amazing voice. He's gonna be boiled in oil, and then like the fucking Fire Nation dudes attack, and Aang's like, yeah, I actually can't help your village because I'm gonna die. I'm sorry, I can't do that, which felt slightly out of character, but hilarious.
I like the moments when Aang gets really sassy.
Yeah, like I was like, this is, I'm, again, slightly out of character, but I actually love it. I thought it was great. He's like, I'm sorry.
It's more like, like the edge of his character.
Right.
Like, they do it enough times that it's, like, I guess in character, but it's a bit, like, not what you'd expect. It's a fun, like, spicy twist on his character, where he's just gonna, like,
spicy
leave
Aang.
him... Spicy deep fried Aang. No, he'll just leave him hanging a little bit and like watch him squirm for a second before he helps them.
Yeah.
And because he, still has his like values and whatnot, but he does want to
survive.
Make them angry.
Yeah. But yeah, like the second dude that he fights, watch it again, people. He launches him using airbending off the very same cliff that Chen the Conqueror fell down to his death. And it's not like the Spider-Man games where like if you knock somebody off a building, you can look and see the animation that like he does like I guess he attacks like a little patch thing that like webs the guy to the building so he doesn't actually die. Aang doesn't have little spider webs. Aang just has airbending that's relatively localized.
No, Sokka has the spider webs.
He cannot. There's no way Aang can keep that guy alive.
Hold on. Complete side note. Sokka as Spider-Man. He's got the quips.
He does. He doesn't have the superpowers. He's closer to Batman in the Avatar universe than Spider-Man. But I'm down with it. I could see it. It'd be silly. And he does have the right amount of misfortune happening to him. It'll work. I think it would work. You writing spicy deep fried egg? Hell yeah.
Did it again. I put it down. I still need my notes.
Not too much else happening there though. Like we got again, like Kyoshi was really cool. Finding out the creation of Kyoshi Island, returning to Kyoshi Island, seeing that one guy that's foaming at the mouth look really fucking embarrassed.
As he should be.
That's
fucking weird. Someone needs to get him a doctor. We saw the painter guy again too.
Your favorite character.
But not Suki.
Because
Sokka out here acting like his girlfriend did not just become the moon. Like a week or two ago.
Right? It couldn't have been that long.
It was pretty recent.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah. That's about it for that plot. The other plot is also...
Sorry.
No, keep going.
The only other note that I have about their plot... Excuse me. Actually, I have two. Wow. I mean, my first one is just Sokka is very easy to manipulate.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Sokka. I thought I for some reason thought that you would be like a master detective or something. you just have to stroke his ego. That'll do it. It works. I mean, like I'm not too proud to say that would work on me too. Just give me compliments. I'll probably do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. I will not. But, you know.
She will not stroke my ego.
I actively refuse.
Audience, please listen to me. I am starving. I am dying. Ow, she attacked me. Ow, stop. I need compliments. I desperately need them. Tell me anything good. Just say anything good about me. Because my wife won't do it. My wife won't do it.
And leave it in a review on iTunes. Because if we get to 25, we will be watching the M. Night Shyamalan Last Airbender movie. See how we plug things? This is how you do it. This is how you podcast.
I need compliments, guys, please.
But, like, it doesn't have to be compliments.
What? No.
But, like, if you can't say
Jessi,
anything nice, don't say anything at all.
You've made it not about me.
But you can make it as many stars as you want. I don't care. Jessi, I would just like for you to review it.
Please, people. I need this.
Okay, last thing. I just wanted to talk for a second because, of course I do, because I can't not insert some Zutara bullshit.
Pause for the jingle.
And now, time for your regularly scheduled Zoo. This isn't even really Zutara as much as it is anti-Katang.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to make an anti-Katang.
No, I don't have...
Anti-Katang. Anti-Katang. This is not Katang. We don't do Katang around here. Anti-Katang.
It's not quite the same mood.
Yeah. You're gonna need something a little spicier for that. But I gave you some clips. You can do something with it.
We'll see. Just when Aang is like in the prison cell, just like casually escaping from his handcuffs once again, as he does. Great bit, by the way.
I love that.
He's talking to all these tough prisoner dudes, which is fun mostly. But then that one, like the green earrings snake, bald,
yeah,
says some shit like, "She'll come around. Just keep trying. If you just persevere, she will love you." And it made me very angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't think I even really need to explain why that makes me angry.
Yeah, I mean, it's an outdated approach to romance, first of all. And it's coming from a character who's intentionally being portrayed as like the emotionally sensitive guy. Right, like that's the joke of the entire thing. These guys who look like stereotypical, like, you know, toxic masculine tough guys with like tattoos in prison, willing to beat you up. They actually have a really soft side, and they're willing to listen
like
to your
the one
relationship.
who's like, you should tell her how you feel.
Yeah,
because that's good advice. Communicate your feelings and expectations with the person that you claim to love. You know, it's not good advice. Just keep at it, son.
Yeah.
Just keep going after her. She will come around. Are you fucking kidding me? If you keep pursuing her, she will learn to love you. Fucking gag me.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. I mean, it makes me so angry because it is one of the like core fucking aspects of this Aang Katara romance that is happening, kind of.
Yeah.
That, like, is really, like, uncomfortable and unhealthy. And I don't like it. I think that attitude of just, like, never give up, keep pursuing her, and eventually she will love you is really gross. And can be directly fucking, like, what's the word I'm looking for? like, pretty directly linked to fucking, like, abuse and assault. Please do not take this out of context.
Yeah, that...
I do not mean that these specific characters are abusive or are gonna necessarily, like, you know, be that level of terrible. But it's like, it's that, the extreme of that same attitude is what leads to, like, fucking stalking. Mm-hmm. And it's upsetting to me. And it just highlighted something that I really don't like about this dynamic. So I was upset, and I didn't enjoy what was otherwise a pretty cute moment. And I didn't like what was otherwise a pretty cute moment of these tough dudes, like, sharing their feelings.
Yeah. It's an old attitude, and even at the time, it was kind of falling out of favor. I think we're at the point where if the show was made now, they probably wouldn't say the exact same thing. I don't fucking know, though. I don't, like, yeah. I do think that, like, we tend to push back on the just keep pursuing, right? Mm-hmm. So, either way, it's a little annoying mark on an otherwise really, really good scene.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, stuff to be said about, like, playing men's sensitivity for laughs. But personally, I guess, choose to interpret it as more, like, cute.
Yeah.
It didn't feel necessarily like we were making fun of those men.
Yeah. No, I didn't. It didn't seem like...
But that's like...
Yeah. Like, I'm sure other people that's... more people that are, like, more toxically masculine, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, they would just be like, haha, look at those sissies. But I'm like, no, this is fun. I like this.
Yeah, it didn't feel to me like that was the point.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I just had to say that I couldn't not, because it made me feel a strong emotion. Mm-hmm. So, but Zuko, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Zuko plot didn't have that many things happen. Mm-mm. It showed Zuko, like, donning the blue spirit mask, mm-hmm. stealing from people, taking it to Iroh being like, where the fuck did you get this? And Zuko being like, shut the fuck up. And Iroh being like, okay. And then taking the stuff. Like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy seeing Zuko's, like, pretty well-intentioned but extremely misguided attempts at, like, caring for and bonding with Iroh. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he in his mind is just, like, I don't know, like, giving his uncle what he thinks he deserves. Right? So it comes from this place that is partially from, like, entitlement, right? Where it's like, we deserve fancy things.
Yeah.
But partially from, like, caring for his uncle and wanting him to, like, be happy and have the things he loves. Like, he got him a nice teapot.
Right. You're right.
They didn't get a bunch of extravagant stuff in that cave.
Yeah.
He had, like, food and necessities and maybe a couple nicer things and then, like, a real fancy teapot for Iroh.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first watched it, I really just got that first part of it, where it was like, I interpreted that Zuko is trying to retake his former lifestyle. Mm-hmm. But I didn't catch on to the fact that he is very much trying to care for Iroh. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like that's always been a linchpin of Zuko's identity. Mm-hmm. Iroh is very important to him because Iroh is the only family that he's ever actually had. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to emphasize, like, again, Iroh's kind of laissez-faire parenting style. Mm-hmm. Iroh knows, like, you know, Iroh's not stupid. Iroh's like, you literally cannot possibly put together the money for all of these things. You are not getting these things legally. You're probably robbing people. I'm not going to confront you about it. I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm not going to make this a whole thing. if he was virtually any other parent that I'm aware of in fiction, he would have made a bigger stink about it. Mm-hmm. But he didn't.
Yeah, stealing is wrong.
Like,
Always.
Like, out of even, he doesn't even have to be all that much, right? It could just literally be like, that we don't have to have all these things. That I love you and that we can live a simple life. Please stop doing this. He doesn't go that far. I think he does say that, like when he gets
there's
the
like a simple honor in poverty.
Right. That's as far as he goes, though. Like,
good tea is good no matter how fancy your tools are.
Right.
But yeah, Zuko is caring for Iroh in the way that he knows how.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's, obviously deeply flawed and is exposing one of his biggest flaws that he needs to work through, which is, again, just like a sense of entitlement specifically to, like, wealth.
Yeah.
And
a level of comfort.
People's respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like he is entitled to, like, be in power and be above people.
Mm-hmm.
And to him, that means having, like, fancy things. Yep. And I think it's noteworthy that he didn't get himself fancy things, though.
Yeah.
He got the super fancy teapot for Iroh.
Mm-hmm. He did get too many things. Like when yeah, like
honestly, that could just I can chalk that up to just he's not super used to having to, like, manage his own fucking, like, food and essentials.
What's the quote from?
It's a banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10?
There it is, yeah. that was Zuko when he was, like, robbing people. Yeah, I mean, and then we have the big important thing, the actual, like, noteworthy thing, which is that at one point Zuko realized him and Iroh, this isn't working. We no longer have anything to gain from traveling together. I wish I had more to say about that.
I think I've got probably some spoilery things to say.
Okay.
But as far as just from this episode, I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty fuzzy logic for how he got there, if you know what I mean. Like, I can't fully wrap my head around, like, how he reached that conclusion.
Yeah.
That he needed to be on his own.
Yeah, I feel like he's starting to feel the actual, like, conflict, the internal conflict he's got between his former life and the things that he expected and Iroh and Iroh's teachings and Iroh's, I was going to say comfort. It's not really it. Just Iroh's amount of being okay with where he is, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a level of Zuko's...
He's pretty complacent.
Right. There's, like, a level of Zuko's, like, ambition and drive and desire to be the next Fire Lord, right? Like, there's an element of Zuko that is, I will one day be Fire Lord. This does not become me. Mm-hmm. And then Iroh's right there next to him every single day, saying things like, there's a simple honor in poverty, saying, we don't need all of this. And Iroh just living his life happily in a cave, getting hand-me-downs Zuko stolen from random peasants. Like, I mean,
he mostly didn't steal from peasants. He mostly stole from rich people.
Stolen from...
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood in it.
Might as well be a fox.
But, that's...
Talk about childhood crushes. What?
You just... going all over the place right
Sorry, we don't need to bring up the fucking legend of wanting to fuck the fox.
Anyway, yeah, no, I think that's a big part of it. That Zuko just saw Iroh being kind of the antithesis of what Zuko has grown to expect to be. And he's like, we are no longer in the same direction. We're no longer traveling in the same direction. We're no longer aiming to become the same things. I have to leave. I have to fly the nest. Yeah, and I think that's the reason why Zuko decided to break ties and leave. All right, let's get the 10-word summary. Not the 10-word summary, the golden fuck.
The golden fuck.
Yep, that one. I know we have one that's the exact same.
One thing I quickly did write down was, Sokka could easily say fuck about the spider.
That was my first one.
God damn it.
Yeah. When the Momo sticks his hand in Sokka's mouth. That was like the first thing I wrote.
Oh, I just wrote spider.
We knew what we were talking about. Then we've got he's fucking dead. What was the context for that? All I have is he's fucking dead.
Oh no, that's also all I have.
Damn.
Fuck.
At some point, Sokka recognizes that...
Oh, no. It's right after Aang finishes his, testimony in favor of himself.
Yeah. Aang's like, as you can see, I have
very large feet. And
I was in a
it's
painting.
sunset.
In a painting.
And your statues match. So obviously I'm innocent. And
I'm
Sokka
not
just
guilty.
goes... Oh, God, he does. He does the little jazz hands.
I'm not guilty.
Ugh.
They smile and they
love a good courtroom jazz hand.
Smile, thumbs up. He's fucking dead.
That's a very good one. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything else?
Worst fucking town I've ever been to. That's the last line of the entire episode.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
Yeah. All the Sokka. Sokka wins this episode. Easy.
That's true. I mean, I think he's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
Has gotta
so good,
do it.
Though. Yeah.
All right, have we? Hold on. What?
That was just like a celebratory little jingle for Sokka.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, on that note, I do think it is time to move on to the spoiler section.
Spoiler section. Coolest thing about this is Kyoshi stuff, right? Yeah, I mean, I looked at the wiki real quick because I haven't read the novelization and I need to read the novelization. I know that Kyoshi has a wife.
Yeah, Rengi.
Cool. I didn't know her name. I know that Kyoshi created the Dai Li. I think they say that in the series. Apparently Kyoshi was involved in a fucking criminal underworld shit. I think she was both in and fighting criminal underworld shit, and then she beat a leader, and there was a power vacuum and more criminal underworld shit, and then she had to make the Dai Li. Mm-hmm. This is me skimming the wiki. I don't actually know if that's the case.
One of these days I'm gonna read those novels. It's just
yeah.
I don't know, the effort to fucking, acquire them.
Yeah. Because I remember and all this leads me to have a different impression of Kyoshi than I did, the first and second time I watched. Because first and second time I watched, all I thought about was, Kyoshi was yeah, Chen the Conqueror basically took over almost the entire world. And then he got to my land, and then we cut it off. And I was like, what kind of bullshit is that? It's
Aren't you the fucking Avatar?
Did you just wait until he took most of the Earth Kingdom and said, nah, you can't have
Not
this bit?
This little 10 square mile island, though.
And then Chin was like, I'm gonna stand right here on this edge and fall to my death. Mm-hmm. I very genuinely don't believe that's how it went down. But that was just how I first saw it.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of what it seems like happened.
Yeah, I mean,
is that she was pretty hands-off in the war.
We will find out once we read the novels. Or the wiki. Or never. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, no, it's what it looks like, though. That's what they make it seem like. They make it seem like she just kind of didn't do much while the rest of the world dealt with a guy named Chen the Conqueror.
Don't you mean Chin the Great?
Chin the Great Conqueror. I have Kyoshi has big ass feet though. Mm-hmm. I have Hundo P. It was me. Also Kyoshi.
Oh my god. What notes did I write down? Kyoshi is the fucking best and so tall. Kyoshi makeup is so cool.
Right, Aang's very cute with that Kyoshi makeup on.
God, he really is. That was one of my favorite things about this episode, was just him fighting in the Kyoshi makeup.
Yeah.
Which, okay, this doesn't... We're kind of backtracking into things that don't need to be in the spoiler section, but whatever. Hopefully everyone should be here. Anyway, right? Right? Don't push me.
You didn't compliment me.
Why the fuck would I have complimented you then? You did absolutely nothing compliment worthy. You did absolutely nothing. Anyway, I love how in episode 1, the Avatar state, they were like, let's put him in some like past Avatar stuff and like do the fire, water, earth, and air, and maybe that will like bring about his Avatar spirits. And then it just kind of fucking worked this time when they put him in Kyoshi's clothes. He just put on the face paint and the jacket and
the chocolates.
And then she was like, "Hello, it is me."
I did it.
Kyoshi.
I did do the murder.
Here to brag, I mean confess. I mean reluctantly admit to the tragic death of Mr. Chin.
Got his ass.
That's all. I just thought it was kind of funny how it worked this time. Just because it was Kyoshi.
It's because he wore the makeup this time.
It is. It's 100% the makeup.
Yeah.
That's why all the Kyoshi warriors wear it.
Speaking of Kyoshi warriors, we know that the Kyoshi warriors went and are participating in the war.
Yep.
Right? And we already, like... It's really interesting to just say that, like, they're helping out with the war, because that could have meant literally anything. Mm-hmm. And, like, that... If they're actually participating in the war, that's child soldiers. Mm-hmm. I say as though the actual like main cast aren't child soldiers already.
Yeah, they're not quite soldiers.
Yeah, but you know, but we find out
technicality.
But we find out.
I don't think the UN would make a big deal about it.
I don't know if you're intentionally interrupting me.
Sometimes, okay, so what happens is that I'll do it on accident once or twice because of how I naturally like speak and take awkward pauses while I remember things and like get my words together. And then once I notice I do it once or twice, I do it on purpose because it's funny and it bothers you. And look at your face right now. I wish they could see your face right now.
Yeah, like the Kyoshi warriors are actually helping out with help people travel. Like they're just helping the refugees get to Ba Sing Se, the last stronghold in the Earth Kingdom. I know, I'm excited to see them come back. We also see the beginning of the Zuko journey, right? Like it's not really the beginning, but like this is the setup for Zuko Alone, which is one of the best episodes of Avatar.
Yes.
Zuko Alone can't happen when Zuko's not alone. And we needed this. We needed this moment where Zuko's like, I have to find out by myself what I want, what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I'm just very excited for that. I like, seeing the cracks begin to form in like Zuko's identity.
Anyway. Yeah,
either way. I don't have too much else to talk about though. The Avatar Day stuff didn't really set things up. Kyoshi is wonderful, like, world building, but she's not super relevant to the actual plot. I do like that she maintains her characterization as being a stone cold motherfucker all the way to when Aang asks for her advice at the very end of the series.
Yeah, and she's like, just do a fucking murder, Aang. Just do it.
It's not that hard. You've done it before.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
But yeah, like, there's not too much else to say, honestly. Episode's solid. It's fun. But we're really here for the good shit, and the good shit's next episode.
Yep, as I will have to bleep it out.
Your girl Toph You don't
I mean, I
bleep
won't have to
this
bleep it
time.
out now, but you said it at the beginning.
Top, 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 top.
Exciting.
Top.
Take a pit stop in Gowling before we get to Ba Sing Se.
Yep.
God, this is dumb and probably will be cut out of the podcast, but I was reading a fic the other day that included putting, like, Toph and her family and her plot and the wrestling matches in Ba Sing Se, and it made me really angry for no reason, because it didn't feel, like, purposeful.
Right, no, that's
It just felt like they forgot that she lived in a completely different town.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
How dare fanfiction change things like that?
It does feel like it feels like an accident, right?
That's why it's annoying. Like, listen, the fic I'm reading does not give a shit about canon. This is literally like time travel alternate universe bullshit.
Sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But don't change things on accident. Then it just looks sloppy. All right, so that's all we have today for Book 2, Chapter 5, Avatar Day. We hope you'll join us next time while we talk about Book 2, Chapter 6, The Blind Bandit. Until then, go ahead and give us a follow over on Twitter at SpoilersAreGood. We will put up polls sometimes, ask for opinions, share some fun stuff there, and we would really love to hear from you. And also, if you're enjoying the podcast, please give us a like or a rating on iTunes or your favorite podcasting app of choice.
I need compliments, please. She will not give them to me. You hear that?
So give a rating and compliment me specifically, but not Greg.
Or you can do that. It's fine.
Also, I do have one quick announcement, which is that we have started a coffee account for Spoilers Are Good, actually. So if you've ever, maybe considered financially contributing to this podcast, you can go online. There's a link in our Twitter bio and in the description of this episode and our podcast to coffee. And that's just a little tip jar website. Any money that we would get through that, we just put towards getting some nicer equipment. 2 microphones would make the sound quality and editing ease much better for us. So I just wanted to plug that was something we set up in case you're interested.
Yep. And, all right, tomorrow, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl comes out. Tomorrow being October 5th when this episode comes out. So today, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is out. I will be maining Korra. Let's go. Until then.
What an incredible announcement. Wait. No. One more thing. We have an email.
Oh, shit.
One of these days, one of you will email me some batshit crackpot conspiracy theory, and I cannot wait to hear it.
We will give you a picture of Chewie in exchange.
I mean, that is a great deal. He is a beautiful dog. That email is spoilersaregoodpodcast@gmail.com. For those of you who don't have a Twitter, have something too long for Twitter, just don't want your name out there and just want to say something anonymously, we would love to hear from you. We always like Golden Fuck nominations. So if you want to keep an episode or two ahead of the pod, send in your thoughts. We will definitely put those in the running in our next episode.
Until then, just because it's spoiled doesn't mean it's rotten. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.